One of these held bourbon, and the other held bubble bath, but neither of them are antique. But I bet if you saw them out at an estate sale or thrifting that you would think they are. And I almost did. Now here's what I want you thinking about as we go through this today. Two completely different companies in the same handful of years, both reached for the exact same trick. Make something brand new that feels like it's been in your grandmother's china cabinet for hundreds of years, using this marbled glass. And by the end of the video, you'll know exactly what this trick is and how to spot it yourself. In doing my research, I almost got something wrong, and it took me longer than I would like to admit to catch it. Actually, I want to show you something before we go any further. Love this video and you teaching us about the different types of jadeite. I would love to find a marble piece. It is so beautiful and different, but I have never seen one. If I come across one, I will know what it is. That comment came in my jadeite video, and it's exactly why I wanted to do this video for you today. She called it a marble piece, and honestly, that's what it is. That's the plain language for what we're looking at today. However, there is an official name for it, and I will get to that. But if you've never heard of this before, you're in good company. This is a Jim Beam decanter, 1972. Right on the base, it says Liquor Bottle 1972. And that's not a brand name, that's the federal government talking. It was an anti-bootlegging law that stopped people from filling bottles with moonshine and trying to sell them as the real thing. And 1972 was the last year that it was enforced. So that bottle is dating itself, whether it means to or not. There's no maker's mark on this bottle. Jim Beam bottles didn't always carry maker's marks on the glass itself. The majority of the branding lived on a paper label, and paper almost never survives over 40 years. In fact, 50 years on this one. But I found a near identical bottle online with a paper label still attached. Beam's Choice, 4/5 quart, 86 proof. Same shape, same stopper, same panel. So I know exactly what that one said when it left the factory. I even have another Jim Beam decanter in the same color family, and I displayed them together along with other similar colored pieces, creating a beautiful vignette. And this particular decanter stated creation of James B. Beam on the bottom of it. Now let's look at the second piece. This one's smaller, and honestly, it's much easier to prove the identity of this one. Avon, right on the bottom, number 21 underneath it. There's no guessing on this one. The maker is stamped there right on the bottom. And this one is from Avon's Victoriana bath line. It launched in 1971 and was actually made for Avon by Fostoria. Fostoria. If that name sounds familiar, it's because I did a whole episode on my mom's Fostoria American Crystal. Different product, decades apart, same company. The jug would have held bath oil, and once all the product was gone, most people didn't throw it out. They just kept it and displayed it because it looked like something worth keeping. Okay, this is the part that I actually want you to remember because I almost got it wrong a few days ago. First, the real name. That marbled glass has an official term. It's called Slag glass, S-L-A-G, which sounds like something from a steel mill, not a Victorian parlor. But that's actually where the name came from. The name is borrowed from the leftover slag material in glass and metal production. The color mixing effect is the same idea, and there are a lot of different shapes and styles of vintage slag glass out in the world. And this is the part that tripped me up. I ran a photo through AI search to help identify them. It came back very confident, with a specific color name, a flower pattern, even the exact company that supposedly manufactured the glass. Some of it turned out to be real. Now some of it, when I actually went and checked, I could not find any information outside of that one particular source. Confidence and accuracy are not the same thing. Not in AI, and honestly, not in half of the vintage listings out there. So here's the actual test. You can do this with your own eyes, no app required. What you do is you turn the glass around. True Slag glass has the marbled effect all the way through, not painted on top and not printed either. When you turn it in the light, you can actually see the marbling move. Solid opaque glass, even in almost the exact same shade, stays completely flat, no matter how you turn it. Both of these pieces have real streaking all the way through. And that's the proof. Not a label, not a search, it's the glass itself. Can I tell you why I think both of these companies did the exact same thing at almost the exact same time? The early 70s are full of this. Brands taking techniques that were literally 100 years old and using it to make mass-produced items feel like they were inherited, not purchased. Jim Beam did it with a liquor bottle that people would display on their bar carts. And Avon did it with a little bath oil jug that people would leave in their bathrooms long after the oil was used. It worked, it's still on my shelves, and it's still working. Now, where can you find items like these? Thrift stores. Check the glassware shelves specifically for decanters and cruets, not just the flatware bins. Estate sales. These were bar cart and powder room display pieces. They tend to surface in complete, unchipped condition because they were kept out, not used daily. Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, and eBay. Search Jim Beam Decanter and Avon Victoriana directly. Or if you're looking for Slag glass in different shapes, colors, and sizes, simply enter Slag glass and then the desired shape and color of the piece that you are looking for. Use the sold listings filter on eBay for real market value, not just asking price. And I'm always running across these pieces on Etsy, so they're easy to find. So, one bourbon bottle, one bath oil jug, a federal law stamped on one, a maker's mark stamped on the other, and the exact same glassmaking trick underneath both of them. And here's the thing that I want to leave you with. Collectors don't even agree on what color to call these. You'll see them listed as jade, jadeite, oriental jade, half a dozen versions depending on who's selling it. And none of these terms came from the company selling it. That is simply the collector's market naming it after the fact. And once people start repeating the name, it just sort of clicks. And that happens more in this hobby than most people realize. And it happened to me this week while I was researching for this video. I want to say one more thing before we wrap up. I almost took a confident answer at face value this week. And it would have been very easy to repeat it back to you. And I want you to have the same instinct. Whether it's an app telling you what something is worth, or a seller telling you what something is, check it against the object itself when you can. Because the glass doesn't lie, even when the listing can. I'm Kelly, this is The Silver Lining, and I'll catch you next time.